The preliminary hearings in a Texas County, Oklahoma courtroom are officially over, and KSN's Julia Thatcher has just stepped out. She joins us live now. Julia, what can you tell us?
Yeah, the ruling from the judge in the preliminary hearing is that there is enough evidence for Tad Colam to move forward and to go to trial. They are still working out the dates. They have a preliminary date set for when he'll appear next, and then there is discussion about whether that date will be moved. But again, Tad Colam, the finding from those prelims is that there is enough evidence to go to trial. A quick rundown of what we saw today. Paul Grice was cross-examined today by Tad Colam's attorney. He testified yesterday for the state. We also heard from Jamie Beasley. He's the property owner for where Jillian and Veronica were buried. We also heard from 3 OSBI agents. So starting with Cole, we just mentioned that he did waive his right to a speedy trial and to a preliminary hearing. We then heard from Paul. Now, a discussion between Paul Grice and Tad Colam's attorneys. The debate is over who really killed Jillian Kelly. I talked to family members for Veronica Butler, and they said they were surprised that Tad's attorneys were trying to pin both of the murders on Paul Grice. They said they were surprised by that. There's discussion about what the medical examiner's report said, that Jillian Kelly was stabbed to death and that she was killed when her neck was sliced and her spinal cord was severed. So again, that's a big discussion that happened during the prelims. Who is responsible for Jillian Kelly's death? He did admit to stabbing her, but didn't necessarily say if he knew for certain if she was alive when he stabbed her or not. We also heard from Jamie Beasley, who is the property owner, again, for where Jillian Kelly and Veronica Butler were buried. He said that Tad Colam and Tiffany Adams came to the property before the murders and made some type of agreement to bury trees on the property. He said after the murders, he became increasingly worried about what Tad had done on the property. He said he ultimately made the choice not to go to law enforcement out of fear. So we also heard, I talked to Veronica's family again, and they had mentioned that the state had asked about the death penalty, asked what their thoughts were for Tiffany and for Tad. They said they thought that was an easy option, and they do not want the death penalty sought for Tiffany Adams or Tad Colam. We're going to continue to bring you updates from Guymon, Oklahoma. Julia Thatcher.